Cubs. You can hear the game on WOKZ 105.9 beginning at 6:20 p.m. White Sox at home against the Mets. That's a Tuesday check of sports. Have a great day. Time to check that Fairfield area weather forecast. Partly cloudy today, high 85. Clear tonight, low 62. Sunny and 82 tomorrow for Thursday, partly sunny, high 82. And for Friday and Saturday, sunshine with the highs each day around 88. Overnight low 71. Yesterday's high was 82. 54 100ths of an inch of rainfall yesterday in the Fairfield area. Currently, humidity at 99%. Winds are calm. The pressure at 30.0. Partly sunny skies right now. We've got 72 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. And good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee for this Tuesday. I'm Mark Turner, Jeremy Smith alongside, and Gordy Toombs has joined us. Good morning, Gordy.
Good morning, Gordy.
This is my second time.
Yeah, he's back.
Yes.
My brother wouldn't know what I was doing to get you to come out here and the donuts or watch.
Well, that doesn't hurt.
Oh,
That does not hurt.
No, it does not. All right, internet is back up. That means you can watch us on YouTube this morning. New Wave had been out in Fairfield and Carmi and Grayville since about midnight for routine maintenance.
Routine.
The official term I got from the New Wave person I spoke with was they got to resplice some things and tighten up a few things.
Oh, well.
Those are technical terms.
I called early this morning. She said we're having emergency repairs.
Emergency.
I probably got a different one than you talked to.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so.
Just like pull up the list and say, use excuse number 37.
That is about right.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Gordy. So what have you been up to? I mean, you were very active at the county fair. You won a lot of ribbons.
Yeah, I did there. I had quite a few different sketches entered into the county fair, which I love the county fair out there and stuff like that. And I would like to see some more entries come in because there is a lot of good talent in this area right here and stuff, whether it's painting or sketching and stuff like that. I mean, there's some pretty nice stuff. But anyway, I went in 4 different categories, and I brought home 4 different blue ribbons, for each category, one for each category and stuff like that. So
Heady stuff from Gordy too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
and I still love sketching.
And they're pretty darn good at it.
Yeah.
It ain't the stick figures that I draw.
Yeah. I have no talent at all when it comes to that. I don't even try.
And, but it's a lot of fun and stuff. A lot of times each one of them portraits you see that I do draw, I just like doing the shoulder mount up and stuff so that you can really get detail, kind of like on yours. But I'll have right at 10 hours on each one of those and stuff. But I have a nice desk at home, and I'll start in on it, and I'll work for an hour or two, and then I'll just walk away and come back and then work some more. And, and then slowly it gets built and, done and stuff like, okay, then I detail it really.
Yeah.
Now,
you don't sit down and do it all at once. You kind of do it in segments.
Yes, exactly. And then, I have a picture sitting right beside me of the picture I'm sketching, and I'm sitting there looking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's like, okay, she's got a little mole right here. I need to put that on there. Got a little wrinkle right there, and stuff. And then, I try to make it look as close as I can to the picture that I'm drawing. The
ones
shading. It's all about shading.
The ones I've seen, they look exactly like the pictures.
I say Mike showed me a couple of examples, and they were very impressive. Is there a specific style of lead or charcoal or something you prefer over another? What is it you use to get your shadow technique just right?
I worked with a young man named Lucas Gifford that just moved away from here.
Lucas worked here at the station.
And
what an impressive artist he is.
And he showed me how to use this, what they call the grid method. And he was really meticulous. I mean, he would pull up on his screen, and we had everything in the 1-inch square block. So he had a 1-inch square block that would be that big, Wow. And he's saying, see how that comes down right there, that little, and there's a different shade right there, So, I don't have that at home and stuff like that, but he can make a picture, I don't care what it is, look exactly. And he showed me how to use mechanical pencils. I use on almost any sketch, even like the one that you had or the one Mike Greeth had, stuff I did of Mike, I'll use a number 3.3 mechanical pencil. And I will use that, and Lucas showed me that you can go like little cross hatches one way, then little cross hatches the other way, then maybe little circles, little things like it, and it makes it darker, 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 darker.
Oh wow.
But then when I really want to detail something like your eyebrows or your
Yeah.
something like, then I go to number 4 pencil, number 6 pencil, or number 8 pencil, and keep going like that. So
Okay.
what's hard on like you is your white, the white in your
Yeah.
beard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you start doing white on white paper, well, you got to have a little bit of a shade.
Yeah, you
in
got to
it.
have something.
Right.
Yeah.
to make
so.
it back to white and stuff
Right.
like that, you know. and stuff, so.
Ah,
A lot of technique.
Well,
Very,
yeah, there's
very
you know,
technical.
and just I've noticed I've got some of my old sketches I first started 3.5 years ago, and it's like, do I burn these or what? You know?
so what prompted this? It
Well,
was
I just always thought I'd like to sketch. And about 4 years ago or so, I was talking to Jan Ken out to college,
Uh-huh.
and I said, I'd like to learn how to sketch. Can you teach me? And she said, well, I can show you some things and stuff like that. So I took a graphic art design out there and stuff, and we did watercolors, we did pencil sketch, we did, you know, everything like that and stuff. And we had tutorials on different things. And
Wow.
so she really got me fired off, I guess.
Got
could
you
say.
started.
Yep.
All right, Gordy, you brought in some samples
Yes, I
from
did.
the machining tool. Save that thought. We're going to talk
Okay.
about them here in just a little
Okay.
bit, but first,
We want the bunk. Give us the bunk.
Time for the bucket of bunk.
all right, celebrity birthdays today. Blues guitarist Buddy Guy is 84.
Yes.
He can play the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Singer Paul Anka, 79 today. Jazz saxophonist David Sanborn, 75.
And you know,
now,
Dave-
did he do that song "Lily Was Here"? Is that right?
He did. Lily
Okay.
was here. He also was on the part of the David Letterman show band. He worked with Stevie Wonder, James Taylor, David Bowie, just to name a few.
Wow.
Yes, very impressive. Great saxophonist.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, 73.
The
today.
governor.
I'll be
It's
back.
so weird with Arnold, though. He was the governor of California as a Republican,
Yes.
but his wife, Maria Shriver Schwarzenegger, came from the Kennedy clan.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
All
Democrats.
Democrats.
Yeah, that's
It just
Who knows?
shows that mixed marriages can work.
exactly. Well, you know, it happens a lot in families.
For a
Look
while.
at
Didn't they get divorced?
I think they did, but I think this was after
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
all the
this was,
politicking
yeah,
that
this
he
was
did.
the
Right.
road, yes.
I remember a movie years ago, Demolition Man. You ever see that
Yes,
movie?
Yes.
Where they talked about President Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep. Yep.
In the movie. So,
Yep. That was a great movie.
actress Delta Burke,
Mm-hmm.
64 today. She was on
Designing women.
Designing Women. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Country singer Neil McCoy, 62. Actor Lawrence Fishburne, 59. Where'd he get his start at?
Lawrence Fishburne. He, I don't know where he got his start at, but I know what one of his biggest roles was Apocalypse Now. The Matrix was huge, but I want to say his start wasn't it in Boys in the Hood with? No, it was before that.
No.
I'm thinking a show that's just on every week, on one of their half-hour shows.
Nope.
No.
Well, it was.
It was?
He was Cowboy Curtis on Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Oh,
I did not. I did not realize that was him.
Yeah.
Gosh, well, it's been so long since Pee Wee's
Yeah.
Playhouse has been on.
Actress Lisa Kudrow from
Uh-huh,
Friends is
uh-huh.
57 today. Terry
Yes.
Crews, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Everybody Hates Chris, 52 today. He's the one that has the pecs that he
dancing
can-
pecs in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Some
right.
celebrities that are no longer with
I'm doing
us.
it now.
too.
Emily Bronte, the author,
Yes.
has a birthday today, no longer
Yes.
with us. And Henry Ford.
Henry Ford, yes, Model T inventor. Actually, do you know that the Ford Motor Company is Henry Ford's third automotive company that he started?
Really?
No.
Before the Ford Motor Company, he had started Cadillac, and Cadillac was sold to Chevy. I'm wanting to say in 1919. I
Really?
want to say.
Okay.
I'm
But
wanting to say
the Model
1999.
T is notable because it was the first assembly line.
right,
Right.
first
vehicle.
assembly line vehicle.
And what color could
exactly.
you get it in?
Black.
Black. Yes, sleek and black.
Black, black, and black.
Couple
That's
couple of big ones here that you missed. Neil Bonnet, American race car driver,
Yeah.
born today in 1946. Bill Cartwright, basketball player, 3-time NBA champion with the Chicago Bulls, played with Michael and Horace and Scotty and them during the glory years of the NBA.
He was a center during the early years
Yes.
of Michael Jordan.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And Canadian comedian and actor Tom Green.
Really?
Yes, he was born in 1971 on this day.
All right.
You a big Tom Green fan?
Not really.
He's
I can't say that I am.
Well, see, I feel like him, like you felt about Sharknado from yesterday's discussion. It was just stupid enough to enjoy it. It really was. And boy, that's blowing my mind about Pee Wee's Playhouse. Mecca Lecca Hi, Mecca Heiny Ho. How about that? Lawrence Fishburne.
On this date in history, 1733, the first Masonic Grand Lodge was constituted in Massachusetts. 65, President Lyndon Baines Johnson signed the Social Security Act, establishing Medicare and Medicaid. 2003, in Mexico, the last old-style VW Bug
Yes.
rolled off the assembly line.
And how many of those over the lifespan do you think there were?
Had to have been 50 million or so.
Oh wow! Now you're talking the Bug.
The old school Volkswagen Beetle.
Wow.
Over its lifespan, there was 21,529,464.
That was my first car,
Really?
a 1969 Volkswagen Bug.
I love those cars.
We had a driveway. It was on a little hill, and the guy drove it up into the drive. I paid $65 for the thing.
Oh wow.
Wow.
The guy drove it in the driveway. You know how regular gas, the engine would keep knocking and pinging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we shut the car off. It continued knocking and pinging, and then the front fenders fell off. So
We had a dune buggy.
That is
we
great.
bolted them back on.
That's good.
Four had a little hole in it, so we put corrugated tin
Yeah.
underneath there, sore up the floor.
Yep. I had
And then I found out later on it was an Autobahn edition that had
Really?
been shipped over from Germany.
Oh, wow.
So it had a little Porsche engine in it. So,
Oh, wow.
And then after I got rid of it, I was like, man, I should have kept that car.
Yeah.
Yes, you should
Should
have.
have kept that car.
You should've.
1975, Jimmy Hoffa disappeared.
Yes, yes.
They've still not found him, have
Yep.
they?
Nope.
Nope.
Matter of fact, they just a couple of years ago tore down another place looking for him and still didn't have anything.
I bet he's
come
in
out.
Pond Creek. He's
Yeah,
gotta be out
well,
That-
that's
that's
a good place to hide
Yeah,
people.
that or a bridge pier. 1960 or 1956, President Eisenhower signed "In God We Trust" into law.
That's right.
2 years after pushing to have the phrase added to the Pledge of Allegiance, he signed the law declaring "In God We Trust" to be the nation's official motto.
And now they're pushing to have it removed.
removed.
Yes.
Yeah.
1932, the premiere of Disney's Flowers and Trees.
Really?
First cartoon to use Technicolor.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And in 2006, the longest-running music show, Top of the Pops, aired for the last time on
Yes.
the BBC network.
I started to put that on my list, but I knew you would get it, so instead I decided to mark that off and go with 1945.
So what was the first Disney movie you ever seen?
What was the first Disney movie I ever saw? 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, really?
At the El Dorado Drive-In Theater the weekend of July 4th, right before the theater closed down.
How old
good.
were you?
I was 4 years old
How
good,
would you
huh?
even remember that?
because that was the last drive-in movie I saw with my dad before he was killed in a
okay.
car accident. So,
Really?
yeah, that was one of
Wow.
those keep it in your mind type
Mine
of
was
moments.
Old Yeller. I was
Old
probably about
Yeller,
5 years
yeah.
old, and stuff.
You didn't cry at the end of that, did you?
Everybody
I
cried.
still get choked up a
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
shared a little tear, I'll admit.
Yeah, I
I'll admit.
remember all those old Disney movies.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Well, it was awesome, But I mean, we lived up at Joliet and stuff,
Yeah.
and I remember going to the show.
I think, Old Yeller might have been one of the first ones I saw, but I'm thinking it was more like Pinocchio or something.
Really?
Maybe.
Yeah.
They used to Disney on TV. On Sunday night they'd have a little movie.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful World of Disney. Right
Exactly,
after right after
exactly.
Mutual's Omaha's
Yes,
Wild
Wild
Kingdom and
Kingdom.
Wild World
Yeah.
of Sports. Yep.
Yeah, that
Right-
Mutual
right
Home
after,
Kingdom got us in trouble when we was kids because we used to go out and watch Mutual Home. And then we go out, and take a fork and stick, and get a snake and put it in a jar. Grandpa'd say, "Good thing it didn't bite you. It's a water moccasin." It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
1945, the USS Indianapolis was bombed. That was torpedoed by the Japanese, and out of the 1,100.
That was the one that was the Indianapolis, the one that delivered the atomic bomb. Is that right?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Or
It was
one of the atomic bombs.
Yes, one of the atomic bombs. It sunk within minutes in shark-infested water. Had 1,196 men on board.
Oh, yeah.
317 survived.
Yeah.
And in 1619, on this day, the first legislative assembly in America. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but in Jamestown, Virginia, it was the first elected legislative assembly in the New World. It was known as the House of Burgesses, and it convened in the choir of the town's church.
Really? But now that their ship that sunk was torpedoed, did they not do a movie on that?
Yes,
They
yes,
did.
They
The guys
did.
were all huddled, and then
Yep.
all of a sudden, one
Yep.
would disappear.
Yep.
Wasn't
I don't know what the name of it was, but
the Indianapolis? I
Yeah.
think.
is that right?
I think the
Indianapolis,
name
yeah.
of it was the Indianapolis.
I
Who
believe so.
starred in that movie? Was it Kevin Costner?
It might have been. I don't remember.
I can't remember that one either.
I'll have to look that up during the break. I'll have to
Okay.
look that one up during the break.
All right,
Got some music history for you here,
All
real
right.
quick, Mark. 1955, Johnny Cash recorded his first version of Folsom Prison Blues at Sun Recording Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. Don't know if you've ever gone down and toured Sun Memphis.
Oh, I've
Sun
been there.
Studio. Oh, great piece of history. Love it. Was going to go down there again this year. 1966, the Beatles started a 5-week run at number 1 on the U.S. album chart with Yesterday and Today. It was the group's 8th number 1 album, issued only in the U.S. and Canada. And that was the album that had the controversial cover, the Butcher cover. That had the baby doll heads and
Yeah.
the slabs of meat and all that.
I remember that.
So another controversial Beatle piece of history like yesterday's. 1977, the Bee Gees' younger brother Andy Gibb started a 4-week run at number 1 with "I Just Want to Be Your Everything."
I remember that.
1986,
I
Variety
remember it.
Yep, great song.
It scares me to death that I do remember it. 'Cause I'm like,
I've got it on vinyl, so I'll admit it. It's a pretty good song. 1986, Variety magazine reported that RCA had dropped John Denver from its roster. Can you guess why?
Marijuana.
Nope. He wrote a song called "What Are We Making Weapons For?"
Really?
And RCA was owned by General Electric, one of the world's largest suppliers
yeah.
of weaponry to the war machine. So they immediately said, "No more John Denver. Get him out of here."
Love John Denver.
Love John
I do
Denver.
like
Country
John.
Road, Take Me Home.
What's your favorite John Denver song?
My favorite John Denver song would probably be Country Road.
Rocky Mountain High. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Grandma's feather bed.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good
I mean,
one.
he's a
8
good
feet high, 4 foot wide.
Yeah.
Good singer.
Here's you another little piece of history you'll probably remember here, Mark. 1987, David Bowie kicked off his North American leg of the Glass Spider Tour. That tour had the largest touring set ever at the time. It was a 60-foot high and 64-foot wide glass spider that took 43 trucks
Oh, wow.
to move from city to city.
Wow.
I did not even know that.
Yes.
I didn't either.
And finally, can you tell me what song Steve Winwood started a 4-week run at number 1 with on this day in 1988?
1988.
Yes.
I got it in my head. Higher Love.
Nope. Close. Roll with it.
Roll with it. Okay.
Roll with it. And that's your music history.
So now, of course, I grew up in the '60s,
Right.
and the Beatles.
Right.
I mean, well, whenever we was in '64, '65, when the Beatles first come over here, and stuff like everybody watched Ed Sullivan Show and stuff.
Right.
like
Yeah.
And they had the Beatle haircut, they called it.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
The mop top.
And from
You
that-
had one?
No.
Oh, okay.
My mom wouldn't let me. She always gave me the crew cut in the summer and everything else. But anyway, I remember in the 7th and 8th grade along there when the Beatles come over. Everybody from that time on, or most of the kids in school, started letting their hair grow out. I mean, it was just everybody was all nice, clean cut, Brill cream, and stuff like that. But after the Beatles come over, it was like total change. I mean, it just let the hair lay down, grow down and stuff, and get the Beatle haircut.
Wow.
That was really a popular deal.
I'll give you a little piece of Beatles history. My grandfather was Bill Hargraves, the commander of the VFW post in El Dorado. George Harrison, when he stayed with his aunt, actually approached my grandfather and asked him if he could come play a set. My grandpa was the one that allowed George Harrison to come play at the El Dorado VFW.
Really,
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they got the
That
big
could
sign
be
of
a-
Benton, that shows,
Yeah.
George
Yep.
Harrison with his,
Yeah, because his sister.
His
sister
sister,
was there,
yeah.
yeah.
I understand she now is, a couple of years ago, she was touring with a Beatles reunion group. Not a reunion group,
But a tribute.
tribute group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I think she was kind of unofficially their manager.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know whatever came of that, but I'd check into it.
Who knows?
They had a lot of good music. I
They
know
did.
that,
Great music.
They did.
Great
All right.
music.
That is the Bunker to Bunk question of the day.
Yes.
When you're traveling, do you prefer GPS or the paper map? Some of the results.
Mine's
a
on
little
there,
bit
GPS.
A little bit surprising.
Yeah, they're a little bit surprising today.
We'll get back to that after
Really?
this.
Yes.
Here's a real post from a real Chick-fil-A fan. Katie writes,
Chick-fil-A, please tell me you are bringing back the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich this summer. I've been dreaming about it since last summer.
good news, Katie. It's back. How does that make you feel?
I'm so happy. If I could do a cartwheel, I'd be doing them right now.
Thanks, Katie. Try one for yourself at your nearest Chick-fil-A. Real Chick-fil-A customers paid for their testimonial.
Capital One knows life doesn't alert you about your credit card.
Pitch hitting, the catcher, number 2. Also Karen in row J eating the hot dog.
Did you mean to tip 167% yesterday at Le Cafe restaurant? Just checking.
So, meet Eno, the Capital One assistant that catches things that might look wrong, like over-tipping, then sends an alert to your phone and helps you fix it. Eno, another way Capital One is watching out for your money when you're not. Capital One, what's in your wallet? See CapitalOne.com for details. Limitations apply.
Going beyond the expected. It's what they do at Pekin Insurance, and it's been their way of doing business since 1921. It's service that goes the extra mile and products that provide the flexibility to meet all of today's insurance needs and tomorrow's as well. Stop by and see Randy Hallam or John Ametter at Tucker Hallam Insurance in Wayne City. They will provide you with the financial protection and peace of mind you need and deserve. Tucker Hallam Insurance and Pekin. Beyond the expected.
At Holiday World and Splash and Safari, we understand that with swim practice, swim meets, cheerleading camp, football two-a-days, watching your book club movie, dance rehearsals, dance recital, baseball, basketball, summer camp, soccer camp, cooking camp, you might just need a break from your summer break. So check out our world-class rides and slides for the whole family. But check out our website first for the best savings. Only at holidayworld.com.
Free smoking! Free parking! Free sunscreen!
There's no glory in getting beat upon the job. Aches and pains aren't trophies. They're just barriers keeping pros like you from getting work done. But Ferris commercial mowers help you finish strong and feel good doing it with patented suspension technology. Technology that reduces the effects of uneven terrain, virtually eliminating shock to the chassis and your body, letting you mow faster and get more done. Visit Ag Tire and Automotive in Florida today for a test drive. Ferris, work hard, feel good.
Time Capsule, sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another Time Capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when outgoing President Dwight Eisenhower warned us,
"We must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence by the military-industrial complex"?
John F. Kennedy took the oath of office.
The torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
10 days later, the new chief gave his first State of the Union address.
I speak today in an hour of national peril and national opportunity.
The first passenger on a Mercury space capsule splashed down safely and was rewarded with an apple. The brave pilot was a chimpanzee. We saw the TV premiere of Sing Along with Mitch and heard all these new songs on the radio.
My angel baby,
on the wings of a dove,
you are the only one.
Will you still love me tomorrow?
My calendar girl,
Corina, Corina,
better shop around.
I'm still hurting like a rubber ball.
Okay, think it over. The answer and a little bit of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Swing by the Fairfield Save-A-Lot and take advantage of these great deals. Whole boneless pork loins, $1.69 a pound. Idaho potatoes, $3.49 in an 8-pound bag. 3-pack of tricolored peppers, $2.99. And fresh blueberries, $1.69 in a pint package. Price is good through Saturday. Good food, great people, great prices at your Save-A-Lot store, West Main in Fairfield.
January 1961.
Bert Camford and Wonderland by Night, the top song of January 1961. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
Time Capsule has been sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Most business owners' plates are full. In order to have success with marketing, you need to create a clear message and action plan. Call me, Jeff Murphy, to help you take care of all your time-consuming work at 842-2159 WFIW.
All right, time for that question of the day. The question was, when traveling, do you prefer GPS or do you still use a paper map?
And you'd be surprised by the turnout on this. We had 306 votes altogether. and an overwhelmingly lopsided vote. 87%, 267 people said yes, they prefer GPS over the map. Only 39 people said they want to use the map.
I don't like maps.
I still like to use a map every once in a while.
There's something about it.
I
I like to get a Rand McNally out and lay it out and say,
Yes.
if we're going to go, we're going to go this way.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
Yep.
Yes.
I do too.
Like the old pioneers, the explorers of old. Here's a 2-lane road. Oh wait, that's a river.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I used to carry an atlas in the car with me at all times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we still have one in ours and
Yeah.
stuff like that when we get out there and stuff.
I mean,
you know.
it was always we'd map
Yeah.
out the routes, you know.
Mm-hmm. See,
nowadays it's you plug it
Yeah.
into your phone and
Yeah, and used to you went through all the little towns when you went somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and then interstates come in and play, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's like, well, do we want to just go through and see some of these little towns? Well, you can do that for a little while, but it gets really.
yeah, because you've got to stop at stop signs, and I mean
Right.
it does.
Yeah.
So what do you use the GPS then?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we use GPS a lot of stuff. One time there, we was down in Houston, and we was coming through Houston, and we got in the right lane over there at Houston, and before we know it, we was taking an off ramp. It was like, I mean, 6 lanes of traffic. There wasn't no way you was coming back over. So anyway, we off ramped off there because I mean we had no idea where we was going to go to. And stuff,
You run with that problems like that when you go through Nashville nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Atlanta tenant did that to me, and I ended up in a part of town where a guy that looks like me should not be.
Yeah.
I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
And I was in a hurry to make sure I got my butt back where I came from.
Well,
Nope.
you know the old adage when you do stuff like that, just act like you've been there before.
Exactly. Act like you're supposed to be there.
Hi, bro. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, we got some interesting poll results, though. I mean,
Yeah.
that high, 87% saying they prefer GPS. I mean, Peggy says she prefers it because she's not a good map reader, even though it does lose signal fairly often. Susan says she still uses both. Always a good idea to carry AAA map with you just in case.
Good idea.
Great,
That is a good
great
idea.
point there. Eddie says GPS always have a paper backup, plus the big picture of where you're going on a sheet of paper.
Oh, I like that.
That's
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
great tip.
Exactly,
Have your turnoffs and
I
everything
can't-
listed separately.
I can think of plenty of places that I wouldn't have got to visit.
Right.
Right,
If
without
I hadn't
GPS.
had that
Just
map.
GPS.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Oh,
the
yeah.
map. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
But
those
I'm-
accidental little spots where you bump into that little diner that had the good cheeseburger, or that little
Yeah.
stand that had great lemonade. And,
But you go to Grand Canyon, that area out there. You need a map.
oh yeah.
Yeah, you
I
got
mean-
to
Oh, yeah.
because there's you lose you lose
You
signal.
look at it,
Yeah.
and, okay, here, there's a, let's go to that spot,
Yep.
you know, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So you need a lot of that. Yeah.
And then we've got one last one here. Mark says that he doesn't use GPS because
wasn't
it's a
me.
way for the government to track his every move.
Ooh.
So
Big
we've
Brother's
got,
watching.
We've got Alex Jones listening to the morning coffee show. But I've got a very interesting story about that.
Now, here's my question.
Yes.
What we do before GPS? How do we find places?
Well, you
I
know,
mean, we
the
open
same
the
way
map.
the same way we did business before the internet. It's a lost
Was
and
there
forgotten
business
art.
before the internet?
You know, I've been told there was, but I'm not sure. I
Well, you
mean,
have to have a co-pilot in the car when you're driving to
Yep.
read the map.
Yeah.
and
one
try
that you
to-
can trust too.
Yeah, and I mean, I got confused one time going to St. Louis when I was a young kid because I looked over in the lane over that way and it says that's where I want to be. So I ripped. Oh, that was nasty. you
So
know.
I
Oh, yeah.
don't know how many times that I back years ago I'm driving around and got that map completely open trying to fold it up.
Yep. And I'm wondering if that's another reason why our map no's were so low. Maybe people weren't tired of using the maps; they were just tired of not being able to fold it back up and put it in the glove
Oh,
box.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Those were tough to
I've
fold
had training
back up.
doing that,
Right.
blueprints and
And-
stuff
Oh,
like
okay.
that. Fold them back up.
And speaking of GPS, a woman is blaming her GPS after driving her car into a sand trap on a golf course.
You know, wouldn't you notice that if you were driving onto a course,
I
a
would
golf
think.
course,
I
that-
Did
would
you think
think.
she'd seen the green?
Well, see,
I know.
well, see, then I would think that too. But I did a little
Did she
further
stop and-
digging.
and,
I
you
did
know-
some investigative journalism and found out there was more to that story.
Oh, okay.
She had spent a little too much time on the road in Northbridge, Massachusetts, and she was unable to extradite herself from the golf course without being well over par. But it says here that she was driving when the GPS said to turn left, and it was a road that eventually became a gravel road, then a dirt road, and then a cornfield. And once she was in the cornfield, she decided to keep driving to try to get out of the cornfield. So
There's got to be something on the other side of this
Right.
cornfield.
That's the way I do it. Yeah.
that's like that. That's like that
Keep
scene
driving.
from Smokey and the Bandit where they go through the soccer
corn-
game.
yeah.
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 All right. So, Gordy, you brought
Okay.
us in some. How's the machine and tool shop doing?
Well, we're pretty busy right now and stuff. We're doing some pretty good work for Champ Labs and Continental Tire and some other companies. Hella, we do work for Hella
Yeah.
up there and stuff, and a little bit NAL and stuff. But yeah, I brought some paraphernalia here, being you had the Wi-Fi hooked up. People actually see what we do out at our shop. You know,
Yeah,
stuff
I'd like to
that.
see.
Yeah,
The wire.
the EDM
really
wire.
Yeah,
this is
really cool.
I brought a piece of this. I don't know if they'll be able to see it or not, but this is a little piece of brass wire.
About size of
thread. About like
thread or
it's
fishing line or
10
something.
thousandths diameter. Yes,
Okay.
exactly, fishing line. And this here comes off of our machine. It comes down through the guides, has 10 thousandths diameter holes in diamonds, so it's kept pretty accurate.
Yeah.
And whenever it touches metal, it'll pulverize part of the metal, but it pulverizes part of the wire, but you got brand new wire coming all the time. So that is your cutting tool right there.
But you throw some type of electrical current through that,
Yes,
right?
exactly. And it's a frequency type deal thing, and it pulverizes. You flush with deionized water. You take all the stuff out of water,
Right.
and it's non-conductive. So
Okay.
you know you're flushing deon. And
All
you know
right.
we do some things
So-
like that right there, where we took this and we was doing a gear. I don't know which way it need to put for people see it
right there in front of you.
And we cut that out, and as you can see, whenever we got it all cut out, it made a gear tooth. You know, there's what
Wow.
you cut out of stuff.
That's pretty cool.
So it was a high dollar machine when we put it in. They still are high dollar, but I mean, it allows you to do some high tech work. This little piece right here, which was just a slug out of a punch we cut, you couldn't do that with a mill or anything else like that, or a water jet or something.
Yeah.
And the precision on this little machine right here that uses this, anywhere on that platform that's 11 inches by 18, it's within 2/10 of 1/1000th of an inch.
Okay.
So if you got to have something that's really close, we go in there. You know.
I got a question on
Okay.
that wire.
Okay.
Who threads it?
Well, it comes off the machine, and you have a certain method. It goes down
okay.
through there and gets started,
Okay.
and then it has little pull rollers once you get
Okay.
it threaded through. And this machine will cut up to almost 8 inches tall.
Okay.
So a lot of
there-
stuff we do is like that high.
There isn't somebody in there with 2010 vision.
No.
who you've designated as the
No.
thread.
Yeah, no.
As the threader.
Our guy Jason Hardy, he runs that machine. He has for umpteen years
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and
So-
and he can make it do things that it's just pretty amazing.
Something else you brought in was a bullet.
Yeah.
That you manufactured a few years
Back
ago.
in early 2000 stuff, we did a lot of work for General Dynamics down at Marion, Illinois,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And we ended up making 85 of these here prototype bullets. And these bullets would consist of 4 different pieces. You know, you can see right there, 4 different pieces. They had the cap, they had this little ring right here, and then they had the little tail section that went on them. And what these were, this has a little bitty hole in the side, 2 little bitty holes that had wires sticking out of them. And what this was supposed to do was, this thing had a little computer in it, and they would tell this thing, if you seen somebody down there 200 meters behind a wall, you told this thing to go 201 meters or 202 meters, then explode. So you would just shoot right over the top of them, and then that's where this here, back right here, this here would explode off.
It was probably
And
filled with little BBs or
whatever.
shot
I don't
or
know.
whatever,
Anyway, they
yeah.
said the backwash would get them, you know, and stuff. And one day down there at General Dynamics, I was down there, and they had a lot of different bullets on the walls, anywhere
Yeah.
from that size to that size. And I asked him, I said, "What's the meanest bullet you got?" Because they put a lot of tungsten carbide on the tips of these things.
Yeah.
And we used to build a thing that helped make the fins at a certain angle, so when you come out of the thing, it would start the spinning of the bullet, see?
Wow.
And they had, I said, "What's the meanest one you got? Will it go through an inch of steel?" He said, "Oh, we got one go through 8 inches of steel and keep on going." So what it's doing is actually drilling the hole through when it hits. It's so much
Really?
trajectory and force, yeah.
It's amazing.
That is amazing. Wow.
And
Man.
the machine shop world is an amazing world, I think, and stuff, because some of the stuff and engineers that design stuff.
It's amazing that little bitty old Fairfield,
Yes.
General Dynamics comes
Yeah.
up and says, "Gordy Toombs,
Yeah.
make us this prototype bullet."
We did. We
Yeah.
did
I
a
mean,
lot of
that's
work
just
for 'em, yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like we got some pretty high tech tools.
Yeah.
And whenever I first started and stuff like that, and I had a partner and stuff, and which we ended up parting ways in 2005. But if you're going to play with the big boys, you got to have some of the big machines and stuff to do that. And you know, we do a lot of nice work, a lot of precision work. And so, you know, people come to us for that and stuff. But we also do farm repair work and all kinds of stuff, you know, help people out. You know.
Keep 'em busy. All right.
Wow.
Well, Are you a fan of the Baby Shark song?
The Baby Shark song, do 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 do. Yeah, I will admit, I walk around once in a while singing it.
Once you hear it, you can't get rid of it. Well, coming up next month, Kellogg's is launching a new cereal inspired by the Baby Shark song.
Seen that on the news last night.
Really?
Baby Shark cereal will soon hit shelves exclusively at Walmart and Sam's Clubs. Beginning August 17th, you can get your hands on the cereal at Sam's Clubs. It'll be sold at Walmart starting in late September. Now, it consists of berry-flavored loops with marshmallows and will sell for $5.98 a box.
Wow.
K-E-double-L.
Yeah.
Double good.
Oh, double good.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I seen that on TV last night.
I have a granddaughter who will probably...
Have to have those?
Yeah.
Are they healthy?
Probably not. Reminds me of Lucky Charms.
Exactly. That's what it sounds
that's what it sounds like.
Loops with marshmallows.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds a lot like Lucky Charms. Sounds like a better breakfast than what the nurses in Cheshire, England were given.
Yeah. What's that?
A kindly grandfather wanted to treat some nurses at a Warrington hospital for the good care given to a relative.
Yeah.
So, according to Sky News, the man he took a cake from his grandson's 18th birthday party to give to the nurses. A red velvet cake turned out to be laced with marijuana.
Oh, wow.
The nurses, I quote, were said to be off their faces, and the Cheshire police were called in. While the nurses relaxed, the police destroyed the remaining cake.
Yeah,
destroyed.
Destroyed or ate the remaining cake.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
You betcha.
Yes.
Police officer in Indianapolis is apologizing after he accused McDonald's employees of taking a bite out of his meal. And then he realized that he was the one who actually took a bite.
Maybe he had some of that red velvet cake.
He might have. He might have. The
you never
officer
know.
bought a McChicken sandwich and took it to the Marion County Sheriff's Department when he noticed there were a couple of bites taken out of the sandwich. Officer got pretty upset, went back to McDonald's, said, "You know, I don't want new food. I don't want my money back. I want the guy that did this dealt with." Then he realized that he was the guy.
Yeah.
So,
a lot of technical difficulties for cops. Is I don't know if you heard about this one, but technical difficulties were blamed in an error during a press conference in Canada. Officer was given feline features, including whiskers and ears, and has apologized since because they were using Facebook Live to stream a news conference on a double murder. They were updating on the murders of 24-year-old American woman China Deese and her 23-year-old Australian boyfriend Lucas Fowler, who were found dead a week earlier. And during the entire online press conference, they had an activated filter that gave the press conference lead officer cat ears and whiskers.
Oh, wow.
Throughout the entire press conference.
Ooh.
Yes.
They're probably a little hot water.
Yeah. I would say that's not going to go over real well.
I would think so.
Yeah.
What else you got for us over there,
Well,
Mark?
I don't know. Let me see here. Let's see. Las Vegas is dealing with swarms of grasshoppers.
Yeah.
I seen that on the news last night.
After receiving more rain than normal this past rainy season. Welcome to the club.
Yes.
Yes.
Grasshoppers have flourished, and tens of thousands of them have infested the Las Vegas Valley.
Is that in the Bible?
I think that's one of the. I think that is one of the seals, but
While the grasshoppers are in town, they'll mate and lay about 100 eggs each. Well, what stays in what happens in Vegas
stays in Vegas,
I guess. So the odds are good that there'll be a follow-up attack of grasshoppers sometime in the near future. Agriculture officials in Las Vegas said that the insects are typically harmless, though.
Yeah. They were showing one place on the news last night that serves insect food, a little specialty thing. When they thought it was pretty cool that all these because they.
I've seen places like that where they'll let them dry out and then they'll dip them in chocolate or something.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a delicacy. I don't know about that, but
not for me. It will not be.
Yeah, Red and White had that one time. They had chocolate covered ants and chocolate covered grasshoppers.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So, did you try it?
Yeah, and then I think I threw up afterwards. But I mean, it's just the thought of it. I mean,
Yeah. Well, see, that's what they say about a lot of medicine. a lot of different things. You know, if you get it past your nose, you're okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, that swarm was actually said to be so big, they not only saw it on weather radar, but they actually shut the lights off at the Best Western Plus Casino Royale on the Strip on Friday and Saturday nights to avoid them getting into the casino.
Now wait a minute. Best Western has a casino on the Strip.
Best Western Plus Casino Royale has a casino on the Strip, yes.
Does Motel 6 have one?
You know, I don't know, but I'm sure if they did, they left the lights on.
They'll leave the light on.
Yeah.
Sure will. Left the light on for the grasshopper.
All right, Gordy Toombs has trivia for us
I do.
this morning.
Yes.
Yes,
And
I do.
he always brings in Fairfield-related
I
trivia.
love Fairfield. You know, there's
Fairfield's a
nothing
great
wrong
town.
with Fairfield.
It is a great little town.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's get the questions out
Okay.
there.
What year did Shepherd change to Airtex?
Okay.
That was the name of it, Shepherd's.
All right.
You know. Okay. Where was the location of the Kentucky Fried Chicken in
I
Fairfield?
think I know where that was.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Where was the location of Peyton and Sam's Appliance in Fairfield?
Uh-huh.
Where was the first Singing Wheels skating rink?
I think I know that one.
Okay. How many locations has Kincaid's have in Fairfield?
I think I know that one, too.
Okay. Okay, and what year did Bruce Reeves run for precinct committeeman in Big Mound #1 on the Republican ticket?
Okay.
And this is, I have a couple more here, but I want everybody to see this because it was kind of important. There it is. That was, in
Bruce
my-
Reeves, that's his campaign?
That's his campaign right there. So,
Oh, okay.
So,
Campaign poster.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, where was the original location of the Olive Branch School, which is right out here in the park right now? Where was the original location? Okay. And what year did H.B. Williamson Company have a groundbreaking ceremony? Which that's the big building out there where, stuff where the oil place is out there.
All right.
How many small schools were in Wayne County?
Now you're talking about
I'm talking about one-room schools. and
One-room
stuff- yeah,
schools,
stuff like
okay.
that. At one time, and stuff like that. Okay, and where was the Rebens located?
I think I know that one, too.
And how many Rebens could you get for $1? How many Reben hamburgers could you get for $1? Okay.
As many as you could eat.
Now, see, I'm not originally from Fairfield,
Yeah.
so I'm at a disadvantage. But I will say, I know El Dorado had a Rebens. I might actually know the answer to that one. Yeah, they had a Rebens. Wanted to say it was where the old Mr. Munchies ended up being. It's just now an H&R Block.
Okay. Now, see, Flora had a Rebens.
Yes, and
Vandalia had a Rebens.
Did they?
Yeah.
so it was really actually a chain.
I think Effingham might have had a Rebens.
I don't know.
too.
Really?
I mean, Donnie Stanley run this one out
Yeah.
here and stuff.
But
And,
I think it was an actual chain of restaurants.
And
wow.
they were good. I mean, we would go out there and get them and go to the drive-in, and stuff like that. It just wow.
See, it's before my time. I grew up during the era of Mr. Munchies, which I was told was kind of like the
Rebens?
same thing, but not really the same thing.
Well, there are some still places around that are similar to Rebens.
I heard the one up in Flora. is
Yes,
really,
Julian's.
Julian's, yes.
Julian's
Very
Drive-In
close
at
to it,
Flora.
Really?
Outstanding. If we're going through Flora,
You have to stop at
we're
Julian's.
either stopping going through Flora or coming back through Flora.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check that
It's
out.
kind of off the beaten track, but it's
Is it on 050 as you go through there? Is that right?
no, it is not. I think it is on,
On the
50.
the actual takes you right downtown.
Yeah,
I think
that's old 50.
That's
yeah.
old 50. Yeah,
That's right.
So,
You got it.
I'm
All
old.
right.
Yeah.
Trivia's coming up.
Yes.
Carnaby is and has been a classic in Fairfield's downtown for 39 years. In a world full of trends, their small boutique brings to your wardrobe the best brands and design. Quality never goes out of style. This season is marching on. Carnaby summer clothing is now half price. Be watching their Facebook page for Carnaby's National Girlfriend's Day Out this Thursday, August 1st. Open daily from 9 to 5, including Saturday and Thursday until 7.
Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet in Mount Vernon has all your flooring needs. They have a large selection in stock and always give great service. Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet certificates are available on the Big Deal Store.
Grandpa!
Hey, kiddo. I hear you're turning 7. What would you like for your birthday?
I want a bouncy castle, a popcorn machine, cotton candy, the Easter bunny, chicken fingers, and a baby brother.
The Easter Bunny, huh? No problem.
Really?
parties, celebrations, and event of all sizes, they have you covered. Tables, chairs, tents, and bounce houses. See how easy it is to bring your event to life. Hunter Landscape and Rentals, 302-1438.
Ask any parent. When it comes to protecting your baby, you can never do enough. You wash their hands, bundle them up, and strap them in. And those are the things you can see. Then there are the risks you can't. That's why most parents go with the safe, proven protection of vaccines. Nothing protects babies better from 14 serious childhood diseases, like measles, whooping cough, and meningitis. So keep up with the and the. And when it comes to protection against vaccine-preventable diseases, get all the recommended immunizations for your baby by age 2. Immunizations help give you the power to protect your baby. For more reasons to vaccinate, talk to your child's doctor. Go to cdc.gov/vaccines for all the latest information. Or call 800-CDC-INFO. A message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Tired of being hot and bothered by all the summer heat? Give me a call at Finley's Refrigeration in Fairfield. Not only will we fix your problems and cool your home or business, but we will save you a lot of money and sweat in the process. We sell the best and service the rest at Finley's Refrigeration, Heating and Air. Give us a call at 618-599-9888. That's 618-599-9888. Finley's accepts all major credit cards, checks, and cash.
Fairfield Printing and Graphics and Sporting Goods is your one-stop shop. Mules apparel, full-colored banners, canvas, offset printing, screen printing, signs, promotional items, and more. Never go out of style with Fairfield Printing and Graphics, 5 Williamson Drive in Fairfield. Here's what's going on Saturday, August the 3rd. The Mount Airy Ruritan Club will be hosting their monthly breakfast from 6 to 9 a.m. at the club building. Menu is biscuits and gravy, sausage patties, scrambled eggs, hash browns, pancakes, orange juice, and coffee, and the cost is $6 for adults and $3 for children. There will be a benefit and silent auction on Saturday, August 3rd, with serving starting at 4 at the Zion United Methodist Church in West Salem. Menu will feature smoked meat tender barbecue, baked beans, potato salad, chips, dessert, and drink. Carryouts will be available. Bidding for silent auction items will begin at noon and close at 8 p.m. And the Gruen Vocal Studios will have a benefit lip sync battle starting at 6 o'clock at the Journey Church. Sign up is available on their Facebook page. Everyone is welcome and refreshments will be served. Proceeds will go towards a new stage.
I'm Marlene. I smoked and got macular degeneration, so I don't see very well. If this happens to you, you could need eye injections every month like I do. My first tip is find a doctor that you could trust. My other tip is before they put that needle in your eyeball, look as far away as possible.
Smoking can cause loss of eyesight.
Developed by the CDC. For help quitting, call the Illinois Tobacco Quit line at 1-866-QUIT-YES.
Fairfield area weather forecast, partly cloudy skies today, high 85. Clear tonight, low 62. Sunny and 82 tomorrow. For Thursday, partly sunny, high 82. Friday and Saturday, sunshine with the highs each day in the upper 80s. Overnight low 71, yesterday's high 82. 54 100ths of an inch of rainfall yesterday. Currently, humidity at 88%. Winds relatively calm and the pressure 30.0. Visibility at 10 miles this morning right now. Partly sunny and 76 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar looking good as well. Nothing showing up anywhere in the state of Illinois in terms of precipitation this morning. Our guest this morning on Morning Coffee, Gordy Toombs, has some Fairfield-related trivia for us this morning. The phone number is 842-3715. We might need some help this morning.
Yes, especially on one of them. I just wasn't for sure on stuff like that.
All righty. Let's get her going.
Okay. What year did Shepherds change to Airtex? 1952.
50. I was going to say 62.
Really?
I was just going to throw out a guess and say
my grandfather
62.
worked at Shepherds, and then he worked later on at Airtex and stuff. And then, but Judith Puckett is the one that gave me that one.
All righty.
Where was the location of the Kentucky Fried Chicken?
I think I know that. That was on the street just to the west of where DiMaggio's is now, right?
Kinda.
Kind of, okay.
I mean, if you're going down Main Street,
right,
there's a thing right now that says Cam's Cards or something like that. That was the Kentucky
Okay.
Fried Chicken place right there and stuff. Its actual
Okay.
location, which I brought a little flyer in out of the thing, it was 1400 West Main. you know,
1400 West Wayne.
And they had livers and gizzards for $1.15. You know, chicken dinners for $1.65.
Where do you find this stuff?
That's
at?
a historical society. They show
Okay.
pictures all the time. Okay. Okay, now this other one, where was the location of Peyton and Sims Appliance? Joey Sims was one of the owners of that, and his father-in-law was Peyton.
It was
last name Peyton.
Downtown.
No.
Nope. Okay.
There was a location called Parker Lumber Company. And this Parker Lumber Company, right there, was now where the...
Let me see that picture.
And look at the back next page. The Parker Lumber Company was where, right now, I'm pretty sure, the car wash is out there right past McDonald's.
Okay. Okay.
Right there's where, that's where,
All right.
that's where it is. If you notice, this house right here is still there.
Yes,
right there, on
it
on
is.
Side of that thing right there. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Okay, so that's where that was located at. So now, where was the first Singing Wheels skating rink?
Is that on the East Highway?
No, that was Harper Skating Rink
Okay.
out there and stuff. The first Singing Wheels Skating Rink was same building right there.
Okay.
In that big side of that building. Then later on, they moved out here to where they are now.
Okay.
The way I understand it. Okay.
Because there were 2 skating rinks in Fairfield at one time, right?
Boy, I don't know. I don't know if
Okay.
Harper's was still going or not and
Okay.
stuff like that. And DiMaggio's was in that building too.
Wow.
Tom coming into the club.
Hey, I like that. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't know that, and I never did skate at that skating rink. I always skated at Harper's. Then as I got older, then things. Okay, this one. How many locations has Kincaid's had in Fairfield?
I'm just going to guess and say 3.
Sounds about right.
4.
4. Okay.
And I talked to Robin yesterday to make sure that I wasn't trying to pull the wool over your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The first location was in where the city hall is right now.
Okay.
And S.I. Kincaid, he didn't have a whole lot of inventory on certain things, she said. So he would have like 5 buckets. Instead of putting them all and stacked together, he would string them out where it looked like he had
More inventory
and
than he
stuff
had.
like that. And then the next place they had was, used to, whenever I was a kid, it was Lincoln's. Kincaid's, which is one I remember a lot of whenever I was a young kid, was where the Fair Home Furniture Building is on the right-hand side
Okay.
of the road.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And then in 62, they went to the present. 64, they went to the present place right there where they are now and stuff.
All right.
This next one, I may need to have a call in. I don't know this for sure, but I got this off of the internet, off of the Historical Society. What year was Bruce Reeves running for Republican candidate for precinct committeeman of Big Mound number 1?
Judging by the picture of Bruce.
Who do you think he looks like?
Yeah, I think he looks like Doug from Lemu Emu.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
maybe.
Yep.
But
you got to come see this photo,
Yes.
guys. Come on in here.
But
I'll just say based off
he
the
said
hair
he,
and the
he feels it's
mustache.
time for Republicans to have a.
Is that not Doug?
From Emu? So I was hoping Bruce would maybe call in and tell us what year that was.
I'm judging. I'm saying 76 or 77.
I was gonna say-
77, 78.
I was going to say 72 to 74 based on the hair and the sunglasses.
Exactly. He was a good-looking fellow, that's for sure. Anyway,
yeah.
I have no idea when it was. It was just when he was younger. I just thought I'd throw that in there. Okay, again, 1992.
92. Okay.
That was a big deal back then.
All
And
right.
stuff like big deal. How many small schools were in Wayne County at one time? I'm talking little one-room schools, whatever. I mean, all of
Little
them.
one-room schools.
Give me a number.
Countywide. All
Give me a number.
countywide.
Yeah.
We're not
Countywide.
talking. We're
Wayne
not talking
County.
Fairfield High School or
No,
anything
just
like
Wayne
that.
County only.
Wayne County, but little schools, little grade
Little
schools. okay.
countywide. I'm going to say 22.
I'll go with 20.
According to the Historical Society, at one time there was 150 rural schools that once dotted our county.
Wow.
Wow.
150 schools. I mean, that just
Wow.
blowed my mind. I mean, Olive Branch is one of them, and Abda. They have the little schools like, well, when I was at Sims, and they played little schools like Oak Grove and, and all them little schools. But I didn't realize there were so many little schools,
Wow.
and stuff like that.
150.
That's what-
Wow.
And I didn't want to just pull that over on you, so I wanted to bring in the proof, so according to
He's got-
Historical
He's
Society.
got the facts to back it up.
Yeah. And then another question on there we had was the original location of Olive Branch School, which sets out in the.
I'm going to say Olive Branch.
I'm going to step out on a limb and say it was Olive Branch. Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Who's
Anyway,
buried in Grant's tomb?
I contacted my brother-in-law on this, which he's quite a bit older than me.
Yeah.
But he says is you go out to Burnt Prairie Blacktop, and you go where Happy Barner's place is out there. I don't know
Yeah.
everybody. Just right around the corner right there. It used to set right on the right-hand side of the road right there.
All right.
So I have no idea. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Couple more for
Okay.
us.
Where was Rebens located at?
Where the chop shop is now?
No.
No.
No clue.
That was Ray and Anita's.
Ray and Anita's.
was there,
Okay.
yeah.
No clue.
But the Rebens was located where Papa Wally's is right now. Right on the corner right there.
Okay.
And how many hamburgers could you get for $1?
See, now I'm going to go out on a limb because I slightly remember seeing the pictures from the El Dorado Reben.
Right.
And I don't know if my brain is misremembering or not, but I'm wanting to say they were 5 cents a piece or 25 for $1.
I mean, according to ours, I've got the picture on
I'm
my
going to
phone.
say 6 for $1.
They were 7 for $1.
7 for $1. Really?
They were 15 cents a piece. Or if you bought 7, you get 7 for $1. You could save a nickel.
Really?
You know, and stuff like that. Yeah. and stuff like that.
See, now,
Other than that, I'm toasted. I'm out, guys. I mean, I don't know.
Well, well, that's some
You
great
know,
questions.
I'm hoping that Bruce would call in so we could get the answer to that one. But, I don't know.
All right. Gordy Tunes, always a
I enjoyed it.
learning experience when
Yes,
Gordy comes
yes.
in. Thank you, Gordy.
Quite an
You're welcome.
education.
Appreciate it. Tomorrow is
Appreciate
KO
being here.
Wednesday.
KO.
We'll see you then. Have a good one, everybody.
See you tomorrow.
Streaming live on WFI